Freya, Ari, and Irvin, the three people who made fame and success from data. Freya and her team won the 2021 Global Innovation Award from their services that combine different data from humans and the virus together to support the discovery of COVID-19 vaccines and treatment against the emerging strains. Ari made 73.1 billion euros in profit from accurately predicting which flights to reinstate or to put on hold, and adjusting her airline company route planning based on the international COVID monitoring data. Irvin gains 1 million followers compared to 10,000 followers prior to the pandemic on his social media news channel from his up-to-date real-time worldwide coverage of his reports. These three people found the entry point into the data network that have been verified by the collective efforts of human data experts. FAIR stands for findability, accessibility, interoperability, and reusability. So, what is this concept of FAIR data? Think of this network of FAIR data as a social media platform, but only for data to communicate and connect across different data entities. The FAIR principles allow data to link, integrate, transfer, and transform fluidly. But first step, we have to find which point we want to start reading from. Let's take a simple example here. Freya's success with universal COVID vaccines comes from understanding all the differences in the mutations in all the COVID virus strains and making a vaccine that recognizes as many COVID strains as possible. To find these different COVID virus data records, they must be stored in a way and a place that can be found and with clear labels. Without FAIR COVID virus data, we would not be able to find enough data to produce the vaccine. Each data record needs to have a standard name with a referencing system that can be universally understood, that it is a record about a COVID virus. Scientifically, this naming is published by the World Health Organization. Now, anyone else who knows the standard naming system of COVID virus can go browse the data stored by this reference system and retrieve all the records about this virus. But wait, did you mean everyone? Everyone can see all the data if they know this public reference label of the virus? There are many places around the world that can store the data about COVID virus. Not only you need to know this reference label, you would also need to know where it is that you want to go to and how you are going to access the data store. Do you have the right key to this place? Accessibility does not mean they are openly available. Data security needs the key, different keys for different levels of accessibility. To make a vaccine with high efficacy, we need to see as many data records as we can. And to make sense of them all, we need interoperability. Interoperability is a process and not a tool. We need all the data to interoperate, so computers can process a large volume of data. Computers can only do this when all the data are in compatible formats, standards, or shared metadata schemas. Now, information on COVID-19 from any data stores using the same set of standards can be integrated and compared together to give a global view of the pandemic. However, being interoperable does not always directly translate to being reusable. Do we have the permission from the original owner of the data? Data reusability is usually determined by licensing frameworks. One of the more well-known frameworks that you might already have heard of is the Creative Commons. So, how did the FAIR data help Freya, Ari, and Irvin?
And the winner of this year's Save My Life Innovation Awards is Dr. Freya. Airy exploited the public global fair COVID data feeds to analyze and plan for adjustment to flight routes, promotions to destinations she predicted to open up, based on factors of population vaccinated and regulations relaxed. Irvin got the most recent fair COVID data pushed to his phone showing latest outbreaks, local regulations, and public health, which allows him to go live with fast and accurate reporting than mainstream news network.
So, let's make data fair.
Disclaimer. This video and characters are a work of fiction based on certain recent events. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental.